Young Justice is the show that brings together awesome heroes, and let's be honest, some even cooler villains. With a whopping 98 episodes released as of 2022, concluding the epic fourth season, this series has captured the hearts of both children and adults alike. Today, we're diving deep into the entire saga, giving you the lowdown on every twist, turn, and super-heroic triumph. So buckle up for a thrilling ride through the world of Young Justice. For context, Young Justice follows the adventures of a group of young superheroes in the DC Comics universe. The show initially focuses on a team of sidekicks and young heroes who come together to form their own covert superhero team, known as the Team, or Young Justice. The core members of the team include characters such as Robin, Aqualad, Kid Flash, Superboy, Miss Martian, and Artemis. We'll have more later down the line, as they work together under the guidance of more experienced heroes, such as Batman, Superman, and others. They face various threats and challenges, both from supervillains and larger, more mysterious forces. Now, let's dive into the episodes. Young superheroes Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Speedy stop villains like Mr. Freeze, Icicle Jr., and Captain Cold in different cities. However, their mentors don't include them in an important meeting at the Hall of Justice, so they find out about the Watchtower, the true headquarters of the Justice League. The group, now labeled as sidekicks, decide to check out a suspicious case called Project Cadmus on their own, where they find a Superman clone called Project Car. When they try to inform the Justice League, they're caught by Cadmus security and face the mind-controlled clone, who easily defeats them. Now controlled by Cadmus, the clone gets ready to cause chaos. Dr. Desmond reports the sidekicks' capture to Cadmus's board of directors. Ordered to clone and dispose of them, the trio awakens in Cadmus and discovers Superboy, the clone they freed. As Desmond initiates cloning, Superboy breaks them out, leading to a chase through Cadmus. The sidekicks escape after an encounter with the Blockbuster. The Justice League arrives, and the sidekicks are offered a base and mentorship under League terms. The sidekicks have officially become the Young Justice. Well, except for Speedy. He hates the group. Meanwhile, the reconstructed Cadmus, now under Guardian's control, aims for a kinder approach without secret projects. In Star City, Speedy interrupts Brick's smuggling operation, and a brief battle ensues with Kid Flash, Robin, and Aqualad joining in. Despite their efforts, Speedy refuses to join the team and disparages their purpose. At Mount Justice, Red Tornado dampens the team's eagerness for a mission, emphasizing the importance of socializing and team building. Bane seeks to regain control of the Venom facility, but faces defeat at the hands of Cobra, who empowers Mammoth with Cobra Venom. Sent by Batman to investigate the disrupted Venom trade, the team engages in a mission full of conflicts. Bane offers assistance, revealing a secret entrance, and they uncover Cobra's plot to control the Venom supply. The team, now led by Aqualad, confronts Cobra and the Buyer Sportsmaster. Despite setbacks, they successfully thwart the villain's plans, leading to the destruction of the Venom factory. In Metropolis, a bridge collapse prompts Superman and Superboy to intervene, revealing tensions between the two regarding Superboy's training. Back at Mount Justice, Black Canary trains the team, leading to a clash with Superboy, who questions the effectiveness of her methods. The League assigns the team to escort trucks transporting the remains of a powerful android created by Professor Evo. During the mission, small monkey robots called Monkeys attack, resulting in a failure to secure the cargo. As conflicts arise within the team, Superboy faces Professor Evo and his creation, Amazo, in Gotham City. The threat is destroyed, but Speedy watches from the shadows. Speedy, in his new persona of the Red Arrow, rescues Dr. Roquette from the League of Shadows, uncovering their sinister plan involving a nanotech weapon called the Fog. Meanwhile, a new member, Artemis, is introduced by Green Arrow, and tensions rise as Red Arrow reveals the League of Shadows plot. The team is tasked with protecting Roquette and stopping the Fog. However, Cheshire, an assassin with personal ties to Artemis, creates complications, leading to intense battles and the destruction of the Fog. Despite setbacks, Artemis is welcomed into the team, and Red Arrow issues a stern warning to her, ensuring that his friends are safe from the distance. In New Orleans, Abracadabra abducts Kent Nelson to get access to the Tower of Fate. At Mount Justice, Red Tornado briefs the team on Kent's disappearance, and they venture to the Tower of Fate in Salem. Inside, a test of faith ensues, leading to Kent's staff guiding them to his location. Meanwhile, Abra tortures Kent to reveal the tower's secrets, but our team catches on. In a climactic battle, Wally puts on the helmet of fate, becoming Dr. Fate, and defeats Clarion. Back at Mount Justice, Wally, still skeptical about the newfound power, places the helmet on display. In Gotham City, the team faces Clayface, but is overpowered until Batman intervenes and defeats him. Batman instructs the team to go home, but Aqualad is asked to stay. Aqualad confesses his conflict between life in Atlantis and on the surface to Batman, who prompts him to choose. In Poseidonis, Aqualad reconnects with friends, but discovers that Tula is romantically involved with Garth. Later, Atlantis is attacked by Black Manta, leading to a tragic revelation for Aqualad. Aqualad faces Black Manta in Atlantis, and as the echinoderm threat lingers, he decides to permanently leave for the surface world, fully committing to the team. The team wakes up in the Bialia Desert with no memory of the last 6 months. Miss Martian encounters an amnesiac Superboy, who attacks her until they are interrupted by Kid Flash and Artemis. As they try to make sense of their situation, they are attacked by Bialian soldiers. Superboy is captured, and as Robin, Kid Flash, and Artemis reunite, they discover their shared memory loss. Miss Martian senses Superboy's distress and finds him, ultimately restoring their memories. They recall a mission in Bialia involving a mysterious sphere, Superboy, and Simon. In a subsequent battle, Superboy and Miss Martian join forces to defeat Simon and recover the sphere. In Taipei, a peace summit between North and South Malaysia is jeopardized by an assassination attempt. Red Arrow, on the trail of Cheshire, foils her plan with an arrow, only to discover Lex Luthor as the neutral arbitrator. Cheshire and Red Arrow are apprehended, and Luthor intervenes on Red Arrow's behalf. Red Arrow pursues the League of Shadows, leading to a confrontation, and later reveals suspicions of a mole within the team. Miss Martian and Superboy, disguised as the twins, are sent to Belle Reve as part of an undercover mission to investigate a suspicious series of supervillain arrests. Inside the prison, they uncover a plan for a massive breakout led by ice-themed villains. The mission takes a dangerous turn when the villains discover the heroes' true identities, leading to a chaotic showdown. Despite setbacks, the heroes manage to thwart the breakout and uncover a deeper conspiracy involving the light. Artemis, haunted by memories of her sister leaving 6 years ago, faces a chaotic first day at Gotham Academy. Teased by Robin, she joins him in investigating an attack on the cave, discovering android duplicates of Red Tornado, Red Torpedo, and Red Inferno. In a tense struggle, Artemis and Robin manage to incapacitate the androids, only to be betrayed by the real Red Tornado, who asphyxiates the entire team. Awakening to the Justice League's rescue, Artemis recounts the events, leaving the fate of Red Tornado and the mysteries behind the android duplicates unresolved. In northern India, Gotham's mayor Hamilton Hill's tiger hunt is disrupted by mysterious pylons and armed guerrillas. Simultaneously, the team grills Aqualad over a potential mole, causing internal strife. Batman assigns a mission to investigate guerrilla attacks, prompting the team to split up. Aqualad, inspired by Captain Marvel, reassumes leadership and warns about collared animals. When Captain Marvel is abducted by Monsieur Mala and the Brain, the team rescues him, defeats the Brain, and reconciles. As the team opts to retain Aqualad as leader, Captain Marvel, alias Billy Batson, returns to Fawcett City with gratitude. Amid a global crisis orchestrated by the Injustice League, deploying colossal plants fueled by Cobra Venom to assail cities worldwide, Batman assigns the team to find the central control hub. Simultaneously, the Justice League combats the Green Onslaught. In the Louisiana Bayou, the team clashes with the Injustice League but falls captive. Yet Robin and Miss Martian locate and obliterate the control system, thwarting the Injustice League. Aqualad, donning the helmet of fate, engages Wotan in magical combat, ultimately triumphing. The Justice League steps in, apprehending the Injustice League, but Vandal Savage unveils that the light, true puppeteers of Chaos, lurks concealed and operational in the shadows. In Teton County, T.O. Morrow dismantles Red Tornado, prompting the team, under Black Canary's guidance, to train and welcome Zatanna. Together, they embark on a covert mission to locate Red Tornado, confronting Professor Ivo for Morrow's whereabouts. At Morrow's lab, Red Volcano, a catastrophic threat, is revealed. The team, aided by Red Tornado, battles Red Volcano, leading to a sacrifice by Red Torpedo and Red Inferno. Their act prevents a volcanic catastrophe, solidifying Red Tornado's loyalty. The team, with Zatanna, averts the crisis, revealing Red Tornado was never the mole. The mission strengthens team bonds, and Red Tornado tends to his true creator, T.O. Morrow, setting the stage for future adventures. In a devastating simulation orchestrated by Martian Manhunter, the team faces the apparent annihilation of their mentors and the world at the hands of alien invaders. The dream world takes a tragic turn as heroes fall one by one, culminating in the sacrificial demise of Artemis. However, it's revealed to be a mental exercise gone awry when Miss Martian's grief overwhelms the simulation, leading to a startling awakening. Martian Manhunter, apologetic, discloses the true nature of the exorcism, highlighting her untapped power. The team grapplers with the emotional aftermath, realizing the fragility of their existence and the weight of their responsibilities as young heroes. After a traumatic virtual training, Mount Justice's distressed team undergoes counseling with Black Canary. Superboy, grappling with inner turmoil, encounters the Forever People, alien seekers of the new Genosphere. As counseling unfolds, individual struggles emerge, including Aqualad's leadership doubts. Superboy and the Forever People unite against Intergang, revealing apocalyptic tech involvement. Therapy sessions delve into personal challenges, highlighting the simulation's impact. Superboy confronts Desad and Infinity Man's control, damaging the sphere. Batman investigates as Superboy navigates conflicting emotions in therapy with Black Canary. The team faces psychological wounds and an unraveling mystery tied to Apocalypse. On Halloween night, Harm, having stolen the sword of Beowulf, seeks its power by hunting Zatanna and Artemis, viewing them as apprentices of his mentor's enemies. Intrigued by their crime fighting, he lures them to his home using his sister Greta's ghost. Capturing them, he interrogates Artemis, revealing his twisted quest for purity. Harm murdered his sister Greta, his only love, to become pure evil and claim the sword. However, Greta's spirit and Harm's guilt emerge, rendering him impure and deactivating the sword. Artemis and Zatanna subdue him, and the police apprehend Harm, ending his menacing spree on Halloween night. On his 16th birthday, Kid Flash anticipates a surprise party from the team. Unexpectedly, extreme conditions disrupt Zeta Tubes, calling the team for help against mysterious ice fortresses causing severe winter. While teammates tackle the crisis, Wally is delivering a donor heart from Boston to Seattle. Racing against time, he learns the mission's importance, saving not only heart recipient Queen Perdita, but an entire country from Count Vertigo's machinations. Kid Flash learns a lesson that the biggest gift anyone can receive is the smile of someone you have saved. A heartwarming episode indeed. Batman exposes a sparring kiss between Black Canaries and Superboy, revealing it to be a shape-shifted Miss Martian. While Dinah Lance is initially upset, she reconciles with Megan, who faces inner turmoil about her identity. As the team is briefed on the political turmoil in Korak, they head to the Logan Animal Sanctuary in Korak to address Bialian troops and an impending crisis. A drone attack ensues, leading to Garfield Logan's injury. Meanwhile, Miss Martian faces Simon's psychological assault, revealing her deepest fears. The team thwarts an assassination attempt in Dabar, exposing Queen Bee's influence. Back at the sanctuary, Miss Martian discloses her true form and origin, earning acceptance from her teammates. However, Queen Bee's blackmail sets the stage for future conflicts. In the Watchtower, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman debate Justice League expansion. Superman proposes Icon for diversity, backed by Wonder Woman for his protégé, Rocket. Meanwhile, at Mount Justice, Superboy faces Lex Luthor's revelation of another superclone, leading him to Project Match at Cadmus. The Justice League debates potential new members, including Plastic Man and Red Arrow, while Superboy's discovery of Match and the truth about his own DNA leads to a confrontation with Luthor. The League concludes the meeting, voting on new members and leaving Superboy grappling with newfound revelations about his origins. In Star City, Artemis impresses Green Arrow by defeating Black Spider, solidifying her position as a capable hero. Meanwhile, Sportsmaster and Professor Ivo break into Belle Reve to free a mysterious prisoner, hinting at a larger conspiracy. In Gotham City, Artemis discusses her heroic endeavors with her mother, Paula, but feelings of unappreciation lead her to leave the team and head to the cave. Red Arrow officially joins the team at Mount Justice, and tensions rise as Artemis deceives the team during a mission, planting tracers on unrelated targets. Red Arrow confronts her about the deception, revealing suspicions about her true identity. The team's failure to capture Sportsmaster adds to internal strife, setting the stage for Artemis's confrontations with her loyalty and family ties, especially as Sportsmaster suggests she may not escape her true nature. In Bruges, the team, disguised as the daring dangers in Haley's international traveling circus, investigates a series of thefts of advanced weapon technology coinciding with the circus stops. Robin falls ill during their performance, and suspicions arise among the team members. A warehouse confrontation leads to a fiery explosion, revealing a power-absorbing thief named Parasite. The team discovers Parasite's plan to create black holes at the Large Boson Collider in Geneva. In a final showdown, they defeat Parasite, and Red Arrow realizes there was no mole among them. The circus is saved, and the daring dangers bid farewell with one last performance. Red Arrow narrowly escapes capture, and Batman reveals that the Roy Harper they knew was a Cadmus clone, programmed to infiltrate the League. Red Arrow's betrayal is exposed as part of a larger plan involving mind-controlling bio-nanotech chips. In a confrontation on the Watchtower, the team resists mind control, and Vandal Savage summons powerful League members to attack them. The team, using a cure for mind control, defeats the League, leading to a triumphant New Year celebration. Red Arrow, grappling with his identity, vows to find the real Roy Harper. Meanwhile, the Light kidnaps Match and the original Roy Harper, and 6 Leaguers remain unaccounted for during Savage's control. In the aftermath of the Justice League's liberation from Vandal Savage's control, Justice League discusses the missing 16 hours during which 6 heroes were unaccounted for. Jumping 5 years ahead, the new team, Delta Squad, confronts Clayface in Gotham City's sewers, and later receives a mission from Captain Atom to protect the United Nations building. In New York City, Wonder Girl and Batgirl battle Lobo, only to discover that the Secretary General is a Krolatian. Meanwhile, G. Gordon Godfrey exploits the situation to sow distrust in Earth's alien heroes. On the Watchtower, Adam Strange briefs the League on the Krolatian threat, leading to a plan to simultaneously raid their hideouts on Earth and Rann. Nightwing coordinates the team's efforts in different locations, successfully rescuing hostages in New Orleans, while Zeta Squad, including Superboy and Miss Martian, arrives on Rann. On Rann, Zeta Squad, including Superboy, Beast Boy, Miss Martian, and Alana, evades pursuing Krolatians. Separated from the group, Superboy and Alana face a mech, narrowly escaping its attacks. Meanwhile, in Ranagar, Beast Boy embraces the thrill of being on an alien planet. Sardath and Alana provide intel on the Krolatian threat and reveal the Justice League's wanted status. Zeta Squad infiltrates a Krolatian base on Rann, attempting to sabotage Zeta platforms. Unexpectedly, Krolatian reinforcements arrive, resulting in a risky escape. Back on Earth, Superboy confronts Miss Martian's controversial interrogation methods, sparking tensions within the team. In Metropolis, Blue Beetle and Bumblebee discover a Krolatian imposter in Bibbo's diner, leading to a chase through the city. Zeta Squad returns to Star Labs with crucial information about the Krolatian presence on Rann. Miss Martian reveals the unsettling events during the missing 16 hours on Rimbor, prompting action from the Justice League. In Washington, D.C., Godfrey's mistrust campaign gains momentum. Meanwhile, Kal-Duram, revealed as the Krolatian ally, executes a plan with Black Manta on Molina Island. The team infiltrates the island, resulting in a confrontation with Aqualad and a devastating explosion. The accused Leaguers prepare to face trial on Rimbor. Red Arrow's deceptive actions raise concerns, prompting Green Arrow's attention. The global activation of the Zeta Shield by the Erdel Initiative restricts interplanetary travel. Superboy and Blue Beetle uncover Intergang's plot against the Hall of Justice, leading to a confrontation with an Apalaxian golem. Black Canary addresses Red Arrow's struggles, revealing his status as a clone. Mannheim and Whisper unleash an apocalyptian device, reanimating Apalaxian husks into a destructive golem. A conflict ensues between the heroes and Intergang, resulting in the golem's destruction. Roy Harper, emotionally strained, rejects help while Wally West returns home. Cheshire unveils Roy's unexpected role as a father and offers a lead on Speedy's location. In El Paso, Tai Longshadow decides to run away due to conflicts with a guy named Maurice, prompting Jaime Reyes to intervene. Meanwhile, the all-girls team investigates boom tube transports in Korak, suspecting apocalyptian involvement. Back in El Paso, Jaime learns about Ty's ancestral journey and confronts Maurice. The storyline converges as Bumblebee and Batgirl uncover a villainous plot involving the kidnapping of people and a mysterious partner. And just as luck would have it, Ty is among the captives. From a world darkened by ash rain, Impulse, claiming to be Bart Allen from the future, arrives at Mount Justice. He proves his identity to Nightwing and the team, revealing a troubling mission involving the metagene. Meanwhile, in Tibet, Red Arrow and Cheshire locate the original Roy Harper cryogenically preserved. In Central City, Impulse seeks out his grandfather, Barry the Flash Allen, and discovers the impending birth of his father and aunt. A new supervillain, Neutron, poses a threat, leading to a collaboration between Flash, Impulse, and Kid Flash. Following the mission's success, Impulse bids farewell to return to his time, but the future reveals the persistence of Mount Justice's ruined state 40 years later. G. Gordon Godfrey criticizes Earth's efforts to improve communication with Mars and investigates the launch of a communications satellite at Cape Canaveral. Meanwhile, Wally is displeased with Artemis returning to hero work. In an unexpected turn of events during a mission to protect the satellite launch, Artemis appears to die after an encounter with Aqualad. The launch succeeds, but Artemis's apparent demise shocks the team. In reality, Artemis, Nightwing, Aqualad, and Wally reveal a deep cover plan to the rest of the team, leaving the true nature of Artemis's fate shrouded in secrecy. In Star City, Roy Harper learns he was abducted and cloned by Lex Luthor and the Light, leading to the creation of Red Arrow. Feeling betrayed, he demands space from Green Arrow and his clone. Meanwhile, Mal Duncan seeks revenge for Artemis's apparent death, blaming Aqualad for the incident. Also, the original Roy, equipped with a cybernetic arm, adopts the identity of Arsenal and seeks revenge on Lex Luthor in Metropolis. Black Manta, suspicious of Aqualad's loyalty, tasks him with a mission to prove himself. Aqualad assembles a strike team, including Tigress and others, to retrieve evidence for the Light. Meanwhile, in El Paso, Blue Beetle and Impulse chill hang, but are ambushed by Kaldur's team. At Mount Justice, Kaldur executes a plan, capturing Superboy, Impulse, Blue Beetle, and Nightwing. As Kaldur detonates a bluff bomb, Mount Justice is obliterated. In the aftermath, Mal finds survivors while a furious Wally questions Nightwing's decisions. Aboard the Manta sub, Kaldur is welcomed into the Light, solidifying his role as a double agent. Jaime Reyes, skateboarding through Cord Industries' parking lot, witnesses an explosion and discovers a strange blue object that fuses with him, transforming into the Scarab armor. Meanwhile, Aqualad tours the Reach ship, learning about their metagene experiments. In Star City, Batgirl and Robin, with Bumblebee's help, infiltrate the Reach's operation to rescue captive teens. Jaime, imprisoned by the Reach, wakes from a nightmare, and Tigress leads an assault against the heroes. The bioship rescues the captured teens, but a flood separates Blue Beetle from the group. In the aftermath, the heroes regroup on the Watchtower, only to discover the Reach's deceptive public appearance. Unseen by them, numerous Reach spacecraft gather in the Mariana Trench. In the aftermath of Reach's deceptive public appearance, Despero, under the influence of Elron, challenges Earth's heroes, leading to a destructive confrontation at the Hall of Justice. With Mal Duncan taking on the mantle of Guardian to buy time, Zatanna and Captain Marvel break Despero's mental control, ultimately defeating him. However, Elron triggers the self-destruct sequence, resulting in the destruction of the Hall of Justice. Meanwhile, tensions rise as Blue Beetle reveals the Reach's true plans for Earth and expresses a desire to remove the Scarab, despite the potential consequences. In Ivy Town, Atom and Bumblebee attempt to remove the Scarab from Jaime Reyes. Meanwhile, Nightwing tasks Alpha Squad, led by Robin with investigating LexCorp farms. During an undercover tour, they uncover suspicious activities and trigger an alarm, leading to a confrontation with Black Beetle. However, a mysterious Green Beetle arrives, revealing Martian abilities and aiding Alpha Squad in defeating Black Beetle. The team regroups, obtaining a sample of the Reach's additive. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor proposes the idea of the Light, forming its own covert ops team to Vandal Savage, hinting at a new direction for the Light's plans. Artemis, undercover as Tigress, fears exposure as Simon attempts to restore Kaldur's mind. Concerned about the telepathic virus possibility, she secretly sedates Simon. Meanwhile, Miss Martian and Green Beetle build trust as he offers recent memories voluntarily. In Chicago, Tigress and Deathstroke ambush Miss Martian and Lagoon Boy, coercing her to help restore Kaldur's mind. Nightwing, Superboy, and Lagoon Boy learn about Artemis's survival and deep cover mission. In Kaldur's mind, M'gann and Artemis confront Tula, gradually repairing Kaldur's fractured memories. Black Manta, unaware of Tigress's true identity, plans to kill Miss Martian after Kaldur's restoration. Outside Star Labs, Impulse intervenes, skeptical of Green Beetle's influence on Jaime's scarab, but Jaime asserts control over it. In Star Labs, Virgil Hawkins, Ty Longshadow, Asami Koizumi, Ed Dorado Jr., and Sam Foswell, former Reach captives, decide to escape during testing. Virgil's plan leads them to freedom, but Ty inadvertently reveals his powerful astral form. Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle, tasked with bringing them back, encounters resistance as the group refuses to return to Star Labs. As the runaways attempt to save Blue Beetle from Volcano's assault, the building faces destruction. The runaways escape, but Lex Luthor, having observed their actions, approaches them, offering assistance and the means to control their destinies. On Rimbor, the Justice League faces trial for unintended consequences. Meanwhile, Earth confronts the colossal war world, controlled by Mongol, who aims for galactic dominance. The Justice League and the Reach reluctantly unite to defend against the impending threat. The team successfully infiltrates the war world, defeats Mongol, and disables its weapons. However, Blue Beetle, secretly serving the Reach, betrays the team, ensuring the Reach acquires the war world's crystal key. The Reach achieves its hidden agenda, leaving Earth vulnerable as the plans unfold. Black Manta threatens Miss Martian to cure his son within 24 hours, unaware that Aqualad is already healed. On the war world, Nightwing discovers his team's mysterious disappearance after Mongol's capture. Blue Beetle explains a sudden teleportation via a boom tube, and Nightwing instructs him to return. In El Paso, Beetles return home, and in the Atlantic, Sportsmaster and Cheshire seek revenge on Black Manta. Aqualad and Miss Martian, posing as villains, activate their plan to save M'gann, while Tigress tries to disable her control collar. The truth about Aqualad's undercover mission is revealed in a mental mindscape. Meanwhile, Nightwing realizes he's been double-crossed as Blue Beetle praises the Reach on live television. The Reach, secretly operating within the war world, faces challenges as Black Beetle secures the crystal key and Arsenal escapes their captivity. The Reach's ambassador manipulates public opinion in New York, praising Blue Beetle's heroism and presenting the war world as Earth's defense against intergalactic threats. In Taos, liberated abductees vandalize Reach-related symbols, and Lex Luthor offers them a chance to strike back. Miss Martian and Nightwing search the war world for the captured team, encountering unexpected allies in Arsenal and the liberated teens. Despite successful rescue efforts, Nightwing dismisses Arsenal from the team due to his history of endangering the group. The Runaways, now joined by Arsenal, sever ties with Luthor, rejecting promises and heading into the unknown. The Reach's control over Blue Beetle and Green Beetle is disrupted through a carefully orchestrated ritual involving Zatanna, revealing an ancient ceremony to free the Scarab from Reach's influence. The team successfully executes the plan in Bialia, liberating both Beetles and restoring Jaime and Biarzo to control. The Scarab's origin is traced back to archaeologist Dan Garrett, who passed it to Ted Cord. The Light, led by Queen Bee, acknowledges the necessity of the team's victory as their larger plans involving the Reach, the League, and the team can now proceed as scheduled. In the intense summit on Santa Prisca, Aqualad orchestrates a masterful revelation, exposing the Light's betrayal of the Reach and shattering their alliance. Despite deaths and betrayals, the team emerges victorious in a well-coordinated battle against the Light and Reach forces, successfully capturing key members and exposing their nefarious plans. The summit's aftermath sees Black Beetle declaring the Reach ambassador unfit, and the scientists spared for potential use. The war world, now under Savage's control, departs Earth orbit. Meanwhile, the United Nations, convinced of the Reach's invasion, demands their immediate departure, prompting Black Beetle to plan the destruction of evidence to avoid repercussions from the Green Lantern Corps. In the aftermath of Wally West's tragic sacrifice, Nightwing takes a leave of absence from the Justice League and decides to investigate meta-human trafficking. 2 years later, in Markovia, a dark plot involving meta-gene experiments unfolds. Black Lightning, dealing with personal regrets, resigns from the League. Nightwing, now working independently, recruits Tigress and Superboy for a mission in Markovia. Meanwhile, King Victor and Queen Ilona of Markovia are assassinated, leading to Baron Delam declaring martial law. Connor proposes to M'gann, and Black Lightning, despite losing his powers, reluctantly joins Nightwing's mission for a one-time deal. Nightwing and Tigress go undercover at Gregor Markov's pre-coronation reception, suspecting involvement from royal family members Simon X and Dr. Helga Jace. Meanwhile, Superboy and Black Lightning infiltrate the Markovberg Children's Hospital, discovering a dark underground facility run by Bedlam. As Superboy and Black Lightning face challenges and uncover disturbing experiments, Tigress rescues a Karachi teen from traffickers. However, Plasmus captures Superboy, leading to a dire situation. Brian Markov, targeted by Bedlam, is subjected to a metagene activation process by Dr. Jace. With Bedlam's operations exposed and the heroes successfully rescuing the captive meta-human teens, Baron Delam frames Brian Markov for the crimes committed in the facility. The broadcast of manipulated footage leads to public outrage against Brian, who, unable to control his newfound powers, confronts Delam in a public battle. Despite Superboy's intervention, Brian is exiled from Markovia. Meanwhile, the heroes learn about Delam's meta-human abilities and the complexity of the political situation in the country. With the immediate crisis averted, they face uncertainty about their next steps, prompting Tigress to question Nightwing about their future course of action. Various characters grapple with the aftermath of the Bedlam operation and their personal responsibilities. Halo Girl seeks refuge with Will Harper and Artemis. Brian Markov, exiled from Markovia, stays with Connor Kent and M'gann Moores. Black Lightning bonds with Dr. Jace in Metropolis, and Zatanna's emotional reunion with her father, Zatara, under the influence of Dr. Fate, adds a touch of mysticism. In the end, the heroes face the traffickers, leading to a confrontation with Brick and the dismantling of the trafficking operation. Tensions arise in New Genesis as Orion deceives the Bugs in a trade deal, leading to a confrontation. Meanwhile, Superboy receives a visit from Bear of the New Gods, reporting trouble in New Genesis involving violent clashes between the Bugs and New Gods. As the team is summoned for a mission, Nightwing, Artemis, and others investigate the source of the conflict. In New Genesis, Miss Martian uncovers the true identity of an imposter posing as Orion, revealing a white Martian named M'gann Moores, who seeks to manipulate the Bugs into starting a war. The team, Bear, and Forager intervene in a battle against M'gann and Metas, leading to a tragic outcome. In Al-Qawiya, Black Spider, a member of the League of Shadows, confronts and kills Jakar Marlowe. In Gotham City, Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson share a romantic moment interrupted by a computer alert. Meanwhile, in Happy Harbor, Brian Markov, Halo, and Forager meet with Connor Kent, M'gann Moores, and Artemis Croc. Learning of Tara's potential involvement with the League of Shadows, Brian clashes with Nightwing over rescuing her. Despite an initial confrontation on Infinity Island, Ra's al Ghul intervenes, revealing he no longer controls the Shadows. Brian, Halo, and Forager decide to stay together, seeking Nightwing's guidance. Olympia Savage shares the historical exploits of Vandal Savage with Cassandra, revealing his encounter with a fallen meteorite and a subsequent Armada threat. Meanwhile, in the Kuiper Belt, a fleet of warships enters the system. At Mount Justice, Dick Grayson provides superhero suits to Brian and Violet before initiating their training. On the War World, Vandal engages two approaching armadas, seeking assistance from the Justice League. As an armada invades, Vandal's daughter, Cassandra, takes control of the War World, while Vandal deals with Starro and mourns Olympia's deteriorating mental state before ultimately killing her. Nightwing, leading a team, conducts a mission to apprehend metahumans involved with Branchwater Security, a front for Stag Industries' metahuman trafficking. They successfully dismantle the operation, while Batman, Oracle, Nightwing, Aquaman, Robin, and Wonder Woman coordinate their efforts across various locations, tackling different aspects of the meta-trafficking network. Despite their success, concerns arise about their secret collaboration and about other Justice League members being uninformed. Queen Bee consults with Vandal Savage and hires Lobo for a mysterious task, leading the bounty hunter to Earth. Meanwhile, various Justice League members and their allies handle different challenges, including Nightwing's team undergoing surprise training and encountering Lobo. Simultaneously, Gretchen Good, also known as Granny Goodness, addresses criticisms of her good goggles on a talk show, while hinting at a collaboration with Bruce Wayne to support metahuman trafficking victims. As tensions rise globally, Lady Shiva executes a mission to eliminate Ocean Master, and the Light discusses their plans to counter the emerging threats posed by Nightwing's team and other heroes. Batman leads a covert mission in Santa Prisca with Katana and Metamorpho, aiming to gather intelligence on the League of Shadows and the Father Box. Meanwhile, Silas Stone is interrupted by a call from Steel while working at Star Labs, revealing that Victor Stone, aka Cyborg, is focused on his football game. In Happy Harbor, Connor Kent and Megan Morse plan their day, and Nightwing faces tensions with Geoforce over the decision not to pursue leads in Santa Prisca. Lady Shiva trains League of Shadows members, and Deathstroke discusses recent events with her. Later, Batman's team confronts Bane, engaging in a fierce battle before escaping with a distraction orchestrated by Oracle. In Detroit, Victor Stone's strained relationship with his father Silas reaches a tragic climax when an accident with a reach device results in Victor's apparent death. Silas, desperate to save his son, uses the Father Box, turning Victor into a cybernetic being. Meanwhile, in Happy Harbor, Brian struggles with the news of his sister's uncertain whereabouts, leading to a confrontation with Nightwing. Violet, now named Halo, and Fred, who is Forager in disguise, face the challenges of high school, and Halo's powers become increasingly unpredictable. The story takes a dark turn as Victor, resentful and transformed, chooses to leave with Halo, leaving Silas devastated. In Burbank, Garfield Logan faces the complexity of his relationships in the entertainment industry, encountering praise for his acting while dealing with family dynamics and mysterious technology. Meanwhile, in Happy Harbor, the team, including the newly transformed Victor Stone, grapples with Halo's unique abilities and the revelation of her connection to a mother box. Garfield's personal journey takes a surreal turn when he falls into a trance induced by the good goggles, leading him through various stages of his life and challenging his perceptions. With Monkey's guidance, Megan enters Garfield's mind to help him confront his past and regain control. In Happy Harbor, the team, including Brian, Violet, Fred, and Victor, prepares for the Halloween dance, but Dick Grayson arrives with news of a lead on Tara Markov's location. Departing for Greater Bialia, the team learns about the sinister purpose behind Good World Studios' VR goggles, designed to test for the meta gene. Infiltrating a metahuman fight club in Bialia, the heroes rescue Terra, Brian's sister, and other teens enslaved by control chips. However, Victor succumbs to the Father Box's influence back in Happy Harbor, leading to a dramatic confrontation with Violet. The Justice League investigates a destroyed Thanagarian nth metal refinery under Hro Talak's command. Meanwhile, in Mount Justice, Aquaman exposes the sinister truth behind Good Goggles, leading to public backlash against Gretchen Good. Beast Boy gains celebrity status after a heroic act, and tensions rise as he confronts Gretchen. Lex Luthor attempts to manipulate public perception, and Granny Goodness punishes Big Barda for insubordination. The League's attempt to infiltrate the orphanage results in a chaotic confrontation, leading to Granny's escape through a boom tube. In Burbank, Garfield Logan faces tension on the set of Space Trek 3016 due to Gretchen Good's interference. Artemis Croc enjoys a light moment with her family in Star City, while the team, assigned a recon mission in Russia, encounters complications. At the Metahuman Youth Center in Taos, Wendy struggles to control her powers during training, leading to a dangerous situation. Meanwhile, Amanda Waller confronts Aquaman about her covert ops team, the Suicide Squad, revealing a potential threat to the League's team. Helga Jace gains access to a laboratory in Dakota City, and Violet grapples with a haunting memory in Star City. On the day of the Harvest Festival at the Meta-Human Youth Center in Taos, various members of the team and their associates gather for Thanksgiving celebrations in different parts of the country. As festivities unfold, Vertigo orchestrates a distraction, kidnapping Perdita, while Henchy creates illusions to confuse the team. Discovering the ruse, the team races to rescue Perdita and the meta-humans at the center, revealing the involvement of Simon and Devastation. Simultaneously, Artemis faces a confrontation with her mother, Paula, who urges her to leave the superhero life and build a normal family with Will. Amidst Thanksgiving dinners and personal struggles, the team grapples with new challenges and the resurfacing of painful memories. Beast Boy proposes the formation of a public team, the Public Squad, to operate independently and inspire a new generation of heroes amidst growing public fear of meta-humans. With Gretchen Good funding their new base, the Premier Building, the team plans to counteract negative public perception by leveraging social media. However, their first mission in Brooklyn against Intergang takes an unexpected turn when the Reach warship rises from the ocean. The battle is broadcasted live, boosting the popularity of the team, now dubbed the Outsiders. Afterward, the Outsiders face legal challenges, and in a separate plot, Aquaman shares intel with the Anti-Light in the Batcave, hinting at a larger, interconnected agenda. The Outsiders embark on a mission to dismantle a meta-human laboratory in Santiago de Cuba. Meanwhile, Violet learns from Helga Jace that her cells are not regenerating, and she has only a few months left to live. In Cuba, the Outsiders confront Clarion, who unleashes a monstrous creation. With Zatanna's unexpected assistance, they thwart Clarion's plans, saving the meta-humans. Simultaneously, Harper Rowe's impulsive actions lead to Violet's arrest in Happy Harbor. The Outsiders' popularity soars, prompting Eduardo Jr. to join the team, further solidifying their unconventional alliance. After an orchestrated attack on the UN Climate Conference in Bunda, the Outsiders face both physical and reputational threats. Meanwhile, a covert group known as the Anti-Light orchestrates a plan to boost the Outsiders' public image by staging a rescue mission in Dublin. The strategy succeeds, but Wonder Woman questions the ethical boundaries the team has crossed in manipulating events for their agenda. Victor Stone, aka Cyborg, faces the worsening effects of the Father Box tech, threatening to consume him entirely. As his friends and allies strive to find a solution, Violet Harper, formerly Gabrielle, runs away, burdened by the revelation of her involvement in the assassination of Brian and Tara Markov's parents. In Dublin, the Outsiders rescue a kidnapped girl from Professor Ivo, sparking public support. Simultaneously, the Anti-Light orchestrates events to enhance the Outsiders' image. Meanwhile, Aquaman aids a guild girl by taking her to Atlantis, and the Outsiders embark on a mission to save Victor by seeking Metron's help. Tough day at work for all our heroes. Dick Grayson and Jefferson Pierce investigate Apocalypton tech at Gretchen Good's mansion, getting trapped in an otherworldly dimension. Aquaman, reluctant but compelled by circumstances, joins with Wind. Simultaneously, Karen Beecher faces complications during childbirth in Ivy Town. Victor Stone senses Mother Box's distress and, with Geoforce and Beast Boy, arrives at Good's mansion, freeing Grayson and Pierce. However, Geoforce's reconciliation with Violet leads to complications, hinted at by a mysterious message received by Helga Jace. In Western Mongolia, the Ultra-Humanite assures Helga of arrangements, teasing future developments. Gretchen Good updates Vandal Savage and the Light on recent events, emphasizing Ultra-Humanite's plans for capturing Halo. Meanwhile, Tara Markov encounters Deathstroke, who interrogates her about Halo and Victor Stone. Dick Grayson experiences adverse effects from the X-Pit, prompting concern from Bruce Wayne and the team. In Los Angeles, Brian Markov reacts to the Outsiders' interview and worries about Violet's well-being. Back at the Premier Building, revelations about staged events and manipulation strain relationships among the heroes. Helga Jace's dark past is exposed in the X-Pit, leading to chaos and Violet's capture by Gretchen. The Light exploits the situation for their advantage, while Jeff Pierce faces betrayal and uncertainty. The Justice League, led by Wonder Woman, falls into Granny Goodness's trap at the orphanage, where the anti-life equation device is activated, incapacitating them. In Hollywood, the team, guided by Vandal Savage, sets out to rescue Halo, who is being used to spread the anti-life equation. Nightwing experiences a vivid encounter with Kid Flash's apparition during the mission. The team faces parademons, and Nightwing's strength and resilience surprise them. Ultimately, Granny Goodness initiates the cosmic spread of the anti-life equation, declaring the Age of Darkseid. The Outsiders, led by Beast Boy, follow leads to rescue Halo, encountering a trap orchestrated by Gretchen Good in Goodworld Studios. Victor Stone, now Cyborg, unveils his ability to intercept electronic communications. In a Ghost Dimension struggle, Beast Boy battles Gretchen to free his teammates. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor manipulates events, ensuring Infinity Inc.'s rising popularity. The Outsiders triumph on the orphanage, freeing Halo from the anti-life equation's grasp and defeating Granny Goodness. Victor officially joins the team. However, Luthor's influence persists, securing Infinity Inc.'s increased favor over the Outsiders in the public eye. In Hollywood, Cyborg reveals Gretchen's true identity in a news report. Simultaneously, Artemis and Will share a romantic moment, but her conflicting emotions lead to regret. Meanwhile, Cyborg joins the Outsiders, and Gregor Markov's political plans take a turn. Metron transports Violet, Victor, and Leon to an unknown location, where he reveals their significant roles in a galactic conflict. Artemis seeks closure with Wally's ghost, guided by Zatanna, while Baron Bedlam escapes prison in Markovia. The Markovs face political turmoil, and Artemis embraces a new chapter in her life after an emotional journey in limbo. In the aftermath of the Markovian crisis, tensions rise as the Outsiders confront the fallout of their mission. Geoforce's brutal execution of Baron Bedlam shocks his teammates, leading to internal strife. Meanwhile, the Light's manipulation of Markovia is exposed, thanks to Tigress's revelation about Terra's allegiance. Lex Luthor's plan for global superhero regulation faces a setback as Superboy exposes his Cadmus origins. The Light, now including Zviad Bazovi, remains a formidable threat, aligned with Darkseid. Leadership changes occur within the Justice League and team, with Black Lightning taking a transparent approach. After Martian wedding preparations, Connor and McGann encounter rising tensions on Mars due to the recent murder of King's Turn Jax. The couple learns that their friend Martian Manhunter is missing after a suspicious Zeta Tube explosion. Meanwhile, the extremist Ayashen Ma'alefa Ak aims to exploit the unrest, urging fellow Martians to rebel against the Garans and their alliance with Earth. As Queen Jarlia seeks Earth's assistance against an impending threat from Apocalypse, McGann, and Connor face challenges that extend beyond their wedding plans, setting the stage for potential interplanetary conflicts and the mysterious presence of a Watcher with an L-shaped insignia ring. This wedding definitely did not go as planned. After the Zeta Tube explosion on Mars, uncertainty looms as the Martian Manhunter's fate remains unknown. Ma'alefa Ak is unjustly arrested, and tensions rise among the Martian populace. McGann, Connor, and Gar find themselves isolated without communication with Earth. Meanwhile, mysterious figures, revealed to be Saturn Girl, Chameleon Boy, and Phantom Girl of the Legion of Superheroes, observe the situation. On Mars, Prince Jem seeks help from Connor and Gar to reopen the investigation into his father's murder. Meanwhile, Ma'alefa Ak, colluding with Desad, plans a deadly genetic attack on specific Martian races. Amidst the challenges on Mars, the team successfully ambushes the Cult of the Cobra and captures him. Meanwhile, on Mars, tensions rise as Prince Jem collaborates with Connor and Gar to investigate King's Turn's murder. The team faces challenges, including a cave-in and Gar's mental struggles, exacerbated by illusions. As they prepare for Connor and McGann's impending wedding, the Legion of Superheroes, led by Saturn Girl, intervenes to aid Gar. Amidst the fallout of uncovering the truth behind King's Turn's murder, McGann, Connor, and Gar embark on a quest for justice, exposing Sierra Smith as the accidental perpetrator. As revelations unfold at Prince Jem's birthday party, the trio faces a moral dilemma, ultimately leading to Syra's arrest. However, their celebration is short-lived when a new threat emerges. Connor makes the ultimate sacrifice, diving into molten lava to neutralize an apocalyptic bomb. In a heart-wrenching moment, Connor's apparent demise leaves McGann devastated, signaling a profound loss for the Martian community. This news disrupts Artemis's life, impacting her ability to focus on her academic career, relationships, and crime-fighting endeavors. As she grapples with the loss, Artemis becomes entangled in a complex web involving her estranged sister Jade, who resurfaces with scars and an intriguing story of defection from the League of Shadows. The mysterious Onyx Adams warns Artemis about Cassandra Savage, another defector with ambiguous motives. Amidst an ambush by the League of Shadows, Tigress, alongside allies, transports Cassandra and Onyx to the vault for interrogation. Tensions rise as Artemis seeks the truth, ultimately leading to an unexpected reunion with Jade, orchestrated by Artemis herself. Artemis Croc reluctantly seeks Jade Nguyen's help in interrogating League of Shadows defectors, Cassandra Savage and Onyx Adams, suspecting a potential mole. Jade, initially disinterested, eventually agrees and provides cryptic information to Artemis. Meanwhile, tensions rise at the vault as Tigress, Orphan and Cheshire confront the defectors, leading to a surprise attack by Lady Shiva and her associates. Orphan's true identity as Cassandra Wusan is revealed, and Lady Shiva demands Tigress bring Cassandra to Santa Prisca within 24 hours, or Orphan will die. In the aftermath of a gene bomb plot, Malefaak and the Ayashen discuss their success in spreading terror among Garuns and Baladens. Miss Martian confronts her brother, blaming him for Connor's death, but discovers that he was unaware of the kryptonite in the bomb. Devastated, McGann realizes she has no one to blame and seeks solace in Joan's arms. Meanwhile, Tigress, Onyx, and Cassandra Savage embark on a mission to rescue Orphan from Santa Prisca. In Santa Prisca, Tigress and her team find themselves in a dire situation surrounded by the League of Shadows. Lady Shiva presents terms for their surrender, intending to keep Orphan, Onyx, and Cheshire. Oracle provides tactical support, but the situation becomes even more intense as a fight ensues in the dark. With Shade's unexpected betrayal, Tigress and her team manage to escape, prompting a confrontation on the beach with Lady Shiva. A voice recounts the creation of Lords of Order and Chaos, tasked with maintaining the balance between order and chaos. In Manhattan, Zatanna and her protégés face a Lord of Chaos, Clarion, who unleashes a mystic pulse. Seeking guidance, they visit Madame Xanadu, who directs them to the source. Meanwhile, another Lord of Chaos, Child, emerges, experimenting with her newfound form. As the team confronts Clarion, the voice narrates the ancient tale of Vandar Aj, an immortal mortal who faced the chaotic force of Clarion, encountering the Lords of Order and Chaos. Zatanna, armed with newfound resolve, confronts Dr. Fate, seeking his assistance against the impending chaos. Fate, unmoved, banishes Zatanna and her students to grueling mental trials to prove their readiness. Tracy faces puppet-driven insecurities, Khalid grapples with family expectations, and Mary combats her dual identity. Overcoming these challenges, they declare their readiness, portals emerging beneath their feet. Meanwhile, Clarion, seeking help, arrives at the Tower of Fate, but Child orchestrates Tikal's demise, leaving Clarion shattered. Fate, Zatanna, and the Sentinels witness the unsettling scene, setting the stage for a tumultuous battle between chaos and order. Zatara recounts his life journey, transitioning from a successful stage magician with a young family to a dual life as a superhero inspired by Superman's example. His commitment to protecting his adopted home, even amidst personal sacrifices and the loss of his wife, Cindella, led him to join the Justice League and eventually become the host for Dr. Fate. Meanwhile, Zatanna and her allies, facing the chaotic threat of Child and Floor, traverse various crisis zones across the globe, guided by Fate. As the battle intensifies at the North Pole, Child demonstrates formidable powers, leaving Fate frozen and Zatanna with the daunting task of facing an adversary capable of unparalleled destruction. In the final showdown, Zatanna, Fate, Clarion, and the Sentinels confront Child and Floor at the ruins of the Tower of Fate. With strategic moves and unexpected alliances, they manage to weaken Child and defeat Floor. Zatanna reveals a plan to rotate the Helm of Fate among different hosts, including herself, Khalid, and Tracy. Despite initial resistance from Zatara and doubts from Khalid, the decision is made. The stranger narrates a meeting between Vandal Savage and the Lords of Order and Chaos, aiming to restore balance on Earth. Later, Zatanna witnesses a spectral Connor's ghost asking for help, hinting at challenges yet to come. Artemis returns home to find Kaldur and Dick waiting with Will. Kaldur and Dick struggle with the recent loss of Connor, and Kaldur prepares for a conference in Poseidonis. In Poseidonis, tensions rise among the city-states delegates, and the conference is disrupted by Ocean Master's attack. As Chaos ensues, a mysterious hooded stranger intervenes and defeats Ocean Master. In another dimension, Connor aka Superboy, accompanied by an unconscious girl named Ghosty, navigates a surreal landscape. Back in Happy Harbor, Violet seeks guidance from Mardia about the religion of Islam, and they begin to question their own beliefs. In Metropolis, two strangers approach Clark Kent, revealing that they are time travelers seeking Superman's help to prevent a disaster. Meanwhile, in Poseidonis, the aftermath of Ocean Master's attack led to growing unrest among the city-states. A mysterious pillar of fire emerges outside the city, threatening its inhabitants with deadly red waters. Superman encounters Saturn Girl and Chameleon Boy, members of the Legion of Superheroes, who explain that Superboy's death led to a catastrophic future. They request Superman to take Superboy's place at a crucial moment in the future to avert the disaster. Back in Poseidonis, Ocean Master takes advantage of the crisis, and a new figure, Arion, intervenes to help. Meanwhile, Saturn Girl and Chameleon Boy seek to talk to Kid Flash, setting the stage for further developments. In Happy Harbor, Forager welcomes Baby to his hive, and McGann learns about Gar's withdrawal and breakup with Perdita. In Poseidonis, Arion undergoes tests to verify his identity, and despite unique magical and DNA signatures, doubts linger about his claim. The search for Arion's lost crown leads Kaldur and his team to Sebel, facing challenges and political unrest. In Hollywood, McGann confronts Gar about his self-destructive behavior, but he remains resistant to seeking help. The intervention team, including Cassie, Jaime, Virgil, and Robot Man, tries to persuade Gar to acknowledge his struggles. Meanwhile, Connor faces challenges in a strange dimension, guided by hallucinations of familiar faces. In the Undersea, Kaldur's team discovers ancient ruins and secrets. Orin investigates the imposter Orm, raising suspicions about the simultaneous arrivals of Arion and the false Ocean Master. The mystery deepens as Arion and Chian disappears, leaving Poseidonis in uncertainty. In Poseidonis, Orin exposes the Light's plot to replace Orm, unveiling the clone's manipulated memories. Zebel faces turmoil as Arion's claim to the throne sparks uncertainty. Kaldur's team navigates challenges in the Undersea, encountering a Leviathan and discovering ancient Atlantis. Arion's attempt to wear the crown results in disintegration, which shocks everyone. Reluctant at first, Mera is declared the true High Queen by prophecy. The Lords of Order observe as Orin supports Mera's ascension. Political dynamics shift, and Mera assumes the role of Anax. Orin, Mera, and Arion confront the prophecy's consequences and the High King's true identity. In Dakota City, Raquel contends with her son's tantrum before leaving him with his father, grappling with the challenges of Amistad's autism diagnosis. On the Javelin, she encounters Jay Garrick. Meanwhile, on New Genesis, the Justice League attends a summit, but a stolen Radion-powered Ruction cell sparks tension. Orion, Rocket, and the Foragers chase the thief to the Mountain Hive, leading to a clash. Amidst the chaos, Superboy wrestles with hallucinations in a strange dimension. On Apocalypse, Maleficent faces new tasks, and in a surprising encounter, General Druzod appears to guide Superboy. In Central City, Bart pressures Saturn Girl and Chameleon Boy to disclose the Legion's mission involving Lor Zod and the Phantom Zone. Lor Zod arrives in Supertown, seeking an explanation from Maleficent. On New Genesis, Kilowog reunites with Razor, who undergoes a transformative experience with the Red and Blue Lantern rings. Discussions on Earth's issues unfold among the New Gods and Green Lanterns, and Rocket raises concerns about meta-human trafficking. Razor confronts Metron, leading to chaos and damage in Supertown. Amidst the turmoil, Razor undergoes a profound change, pledging to find Aya. Amidst all this, Bart reveals the upgraded cosmic treadmill on the Legion's bioship. In Supertown, Rocket seeks reconciliation with Orion. Meanwhile, Maleficent reveals vital information obtained from Metron about a Ruction cell. Flashbacks unfold as Maleficent discreetly places a tracer in the cell 2 days prior. Using the Kaiser Thrall, Lor Zod targets the Time Sphere during Metron's visit to the Infinity Vault, creating duplicates and tracing the cell's destination. In Star City, Garfield undergoes therapy with Dinah, confessing guilt over Connor's death. At the conference, emotional discussions unfold, and Orion privately coordinates with Malefa-Ak to retrieve what they need from Metron. The Phantom Zone reveals Superboy's complex dynamics with the House of Zod. All the events come together to promise an imminent clash with Metron. Madame Xanadu's mystical efforts to find a specific spirit in the Bayou Bartholomew prove fruitless, prompting Zatanna to take on the mantle of Dr. Fate in Salem. Simultaneously, the team, including Kid Flash on the cosmic treadmill, races through subspace to thwart the Phantom Zone projector's threat. In the Mobius dimension, Metron and his group confront the missing projector, leading to a confrontation on New Genesis. Tragedy strikes as Tomar Ray sacrifices himself to redirect a catastrophic energy cascade, ultimately resulting in the destruction of the projector. The aftermath sees the mourning of Tomar Ray, the recruitment of a new Green Lantern, and emotional farewells. Lord Zod and Malefa-Ak seize control of the bioship, taking hostages including the Legion members and Kid Flash. Lord Zod's demand forces the crew to comply and fly the bioship according to his orders. Meanwhile, Dick Grayson, operating as Daring Dan Danger at the Haley International Traveling Circus, is approached by Zatanna seeking his detective skills. In the Phantom Zone, Superboy recounts his arrival, revealing he was not convicted by Krypton, sparking intrigue among the Zods. Zatanna, backed by Nightwing, investigates Connor's disappearance, uncovering a mysterious connection between Bart, Connor, and the destruction of the Phantom Zone projector. As they piece together the puzzle, they enlist the help of Aquaman and resort to Plan B, involving a 10-year-old school bus. In Markovberg, Geoforce defends a young Meta from hostility, and Harper expresses concerns about her friendship with Violet, revealing he wants them to be more than just friends. Meanwhile, the search for Connor and Bart unfolds as Nightwing's team finds the crushed school bus. In the Phantom Zone, Phantom Girl urges Superboy to resist Zod. Markovia faces political complexities as Brian navigates challenges and Lizard Johnny aspires to join the Infinitors. Violet confronts Brian while the squad employs a magically reconstructed bus for interdimensional exploration. At the Galactic Science Prison on OA, Tomar 2 assists a visitor inquiring about Kaiser Thrall's release to Earth. In the Phantom Zone, Nightwing's team confronts Superboy, leading to an unexpected clash with Druzod and Ursa. On the Watchtower, Miss Martian learns about Kaiser Thrall's true identity, an 11-year-old Meta named Danny Chase. Phantom Girl and Gem Jax share crucial information about Connor's survival. A complex plan involving Trombus, Mother Box, and a team of heroes takes shape to rescue Superboy from the zone, culminating in a confrontation on Trombus with the Kryptonian criminals and a surprise appearance by Lord Zod. On Trombus, Lord Zod, claiming to be the son of Druzod and Ursa from the future, facilitates their escape to Earth, aiming for Kryptonian conquest. In the Fortress of Solitude, Nightwing's interruption of the power-boosting process leads to his death, and the emergence of the Eye of Ekron, now controlled by Ursa. Meanwhile, the squad in the Phantom Zone manages to fend off Kryptonian attackers. In Metropolis, Druzod, Ursa, and their allies, including an influenced Superboy, arrive, declaring Earth under Kryptonian rule. A weakened Superman faces a kryptonite threat, and Drew compels Superboy to seemingly turn against him, marking a perilous turning point in their quest to stop the House of Zod's conquest. In the climactic battle at Planet Circle, Superboy grapples with the moral dilemma of obeying Druzod's order to kill a kryptonite-poisoned Superman. The heroes, believed dead due to a psychic illusion by Miss Martian, launch a coordinated counterattack, with Nightwing's strategic deception and the unexpected arrival of reinforcements. Superboy's internal struggle intensifies as he recalls significant moments with his adoptive family and resists executing the fatal order. The battle unfolds with chaotic dynamics, involving psychic attacks, elemental powers, and the intervention of unexpected allies. Ultimately, the combined efforts of the heroes prevail, and Superboy is restored to his true self. The conflict concludes with the defeat of the House of Zod, but not without consequences, as the Emerald Empress is depowered, and Lord Zod seizes an opportunity to escape with a mysterious time sphere. The aftermath sees the heroes contemplating the fate of the imprisoned Kryptonians, proposing a solution to release them to an uninhabited world. Meanwhile, life moves forward, culminating in the joyous wedding of Superboy, Connor Kent, and Miss Martian, Megan Moores, symbolizing hope and continuity despite the recent turmoil. So that will be it from us. If you enjoyed the video, then leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for similar content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.